Hello students, we are starting with the third lecture of aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid. In this lecture, we will discuss the chemical properties of carbonyl compounds. Now, what type of reactions the carbonyl group is showing in the carbonyl compounds? Let's discuss. As you know already that this carbonyl group is polar in nature. And why it is polar in nature? Due to the difference in the electronegativities of carbon and oxygen. These two resonating structure of carbonyl group is also showing the same thing, that because of this structure the carbon become electron deficient and the oxygen become little bit electron rich. As a result, the carbon atom is having some partial positive charge and the oxygen atom is having the partial negative charge. Due to this electron deficiency, the carbonyl group show some reactions. Let's see. First, because of this carbon electron deficiency on carbonyl carbon, the nucleophile can easily attack this carbon atom and form an addition product like this. Because this reaction is initiated by the nucleophile, that's why these reactions are called as the nucleophilic addition reaction. It is one of the important reaction in the chemistry of carbonyl compounds, that is aldehyde and ketones. Now the second, now this C double bond O group is electron withdrawing group. If we consider the neighboring atoms, that is CH2 on this CH3 group on this side and the hydrogen atom on this side, this C double bond O group, due to the high electronegativity of this oxygen atom, this C double bond O group becomes an electron withdrawing group, and as a result it will withdraw the electron density from the neighboring atoms. And because of this, this hydrogen atom, the hydrogen atom on the neighboring carbon atom, that is alpha position, it is acidic in nature and can be lost as H positive ion. As a result, it can form this resonance stabilized carbon ion, and this resonance stabilized carbon ion can further initiate the reaction. And one such example is the aldol condensation, in which these type of species are taking part. So in these two ways, the aldehyde is taking part in the, or the aldehyde and ketones, they are taking part in the reaction. That is, first is nucleophilic addition reaction, and second one is the through the formation of a resonance stabilized carbon ion by the loss of acidic H atom from the alpha position. Now, as in the beginning of this chapter, we have discussed that the carbonyl compound also includes the carboxylic acid and their derivatives. Now, both the compounds contain C double bond O group, that is carbonyl group, but both the compounds differ much in their chemical properties. The aldehyde ketones show some characteristic reaction of this C double bond O group, which are missing in case of carboxylic acid and their derivatives. Now, why this is so? If we consider the structures of aldehyde and ketones and the carboxylic acid and their derivatives, in the case of aldehyde and ketones, there are two resonating structures. These two. This structure is having very much less stability. So this is the major structure for the carbonyl compound. And in the case of carboxylic acid, these are the two structures, resonating structure for the carboxyl group. And because of this structure, and the polarity of this C double bond O group, the electron deficiency of this C double bond O group is little bit reduced, and because of this, it is not showing those characteristic reactions of the carbonyl group which is shown by the aldehyde and ketones, like nucleophilic addition reaction. The carboxylic acids and their derivatives, they do not show the nucleophilic addition reaction. Instead, they usually show nucleophilic acyl substitution reaction. We will discuss later in this series that how the nucleophilic acyl substitution reaction takes place. In this, OH group is replaced by some other nucleophile. So one major difference is there, that both the compound have C double bond O group, but they are differing very much in their chemical properties. And why this is so? Because this C double bond O group is quite polar in nature in this aldehyde ketones, and electron deficient, whereas in this case the electron deficiency of this C double bond O group is very much reduced by the neighboring heteroatom because of this type of resonance. That's why the two compounds, although they are having the C double bond O group, are differing much in their chemical properties. Sorry. Now let's begin with the next topic, that is nucleophilic addition reaction, the first type of reactions which is shown by the aldehyde ketones. Now nucleophilic addition reaction. Now how the reaction is taking place in this aldehyde ketones, we are discussing first here the mechanism of this reaction. In this nucleophilic addition reaction, the nucleophile will first of all attack this electron deficient or electrophilic center at this carbon-carbon. As a result, these pi bond electron will move towards the oxygen atom. It is a slow step and rate determining step. As a result, a new species nucleophile gets attached to the carbon-carbon and the oxygen having the negative charge. This is known as tetrahedral intermediate because of the tetrahedral arrangement of all the 4 bonds around the carbon atom. In the next step, this tetrahedral intermediate with negative charge on oxygen atom will abstract the H positive ion either from the solvent or from the reagent. That is the reagent which is supplying the nucleophile. From that it will abstract the H positive ion, leading to the formation of final addition product. Now, why this is abstracting the H positive ion from the solvent or from the reagent supplying the nucleophile? Because it is an alkoxide ion. You see, there is an carbon oxygen bond, single bond, and one bond is free. Such type of species is also found in case of alcohols by the loss of H positive ion, and they are alkoxide ion. It is also behaving in the similar way, and the alkoxide ion are very strong base, so it is also a very strong base. As a result, it will easily abstract the H positive ion from the solvent or from the reagent which is supplying the nucleophile. Sometime in the nucleophilic addition reaction, sometimes the nucleophile is weak, like the ammonia derivatives. These are the one type of nucleophile which are involved in the reactions with the carbon compounds. Ammonia derivatives, they are weak nucleophile, and because of their weak nature, they are not able to attack the कार्बन-कार्बन, वो कार्बन-कार्बन को अटैक नहीं कर पाएंगे. So how the reaction will take place? In that case, we will increase the reactivity of this carbon group. So in case of those nucleophile where the nucleophile is very less reactive, we have made the reaction possible by increasing the reactivity of this carbon group. How? We have increased the electron deficiency on this carbon atom by taking the acidic medium. The H positive which is supplied by the acidic medium, it will protonate the oxygen atom and making it positively charged. As a result, the oxygen becomes more electron deficient and it will withdraw the electron density more from this carbon atom. And this structure will also be responsible for the electron deficiency on this carbon atom. As a result, the electron deficiency on this carbon-carbon is increased greatly, and the weak nucleophile like the ammonia derivative can easily attack. Why I am saying these ammonia derivatives are weak nucleophile? Because the nucleophile is the species which will donate the electron toward this carbon atom. So in case of ammonia derivatives, the nitrogen atom is having the lone pair. So that lone pair will be responsible for the nucleophilic attack. but that lone pair is very much less available for the nucleophilic attack. So they are very weak. So due to the very small electron density on the nitrogen atom, they are not able to attack this carbon atom. So we have increased the positive charge on this carbon atom by taking the H positive ion. As a result, those weak nucleophile with very less electron density are able to attack the carbon atom. And that's why in case of reactions with the weak nucleophile, we are taking the acidic medium to catalyze the reaction. Now you say one thing here, that in case of these reactions, as the reaction is initiated by the H positive ion, so they must be electrophilic addition reaction. No, these reactions are still be classified as the nucleophilic addition reaction. Now why? There are two reasons for this. First, the attack of nucleophile on the carbon-carbon is involving the formation of tetrahedral intermediate is the rate determining step of the reaction. So, even if we take the H positive ion to catalyze such reactions of the weak nucleophile, the rate determining step remains the same, this, and the rate determining step usually determines the nature of the reaction. So, because the rate determining step, the attack by the nucleophile, which is the rate determining step or the slowest step of the reaction, that will remain the same. So, the nature of the reaction will be the nucleophilic addition reaction. And second, the addition of electrophile to the oxygen atom is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. And here this arrow is a smaller one and this arrow is bigger one. So this means that the equilibrium is much on the reactant side, not on the product side. The addition of electrophile to the oxygen atom is a reversible reaction in which equilibrium lies far to the reactant side. ये reactant side पे equilibrium होता है, ज़्यादा इसी तरफ को होता है, ये species बहुत कम बनते हैं. As a result, this step can only catalyze rather than initiating the reaction. So this reaction or this step is having only the catalytic nature. It is catalyzing the reaction, not carrying out the reaction. So that's why it's, even in this case, there is first H positive ion attachment on the carbon group, but the reaction remains the nucleophilic addition reaction. Next, proceed with the reactivity in nucleophilic addition reaction. Now, here we are comparing the reactivity of different types of aldehyde groups in this nucleophilic addition reaction. This is one of the important questions which is generally asked in the examination, that you have to compare the reactivities of the different species in this type of reaction. Sometimes they directly say that compare the reactivity of these two species in the nucleophilic addition reaction, and sometimes they show they say that compare the reactivity of these compound in the reaction with this species, and that species is showing the nucleophilic addition reaction. So meaning is same, that you have to decide the reactivity in this nucleophilic addition reaction. So here there are two factors which decides the reactivity in nucleophilic addition reaction. First is steric hindrance and second is inductive factor. Let's see how these two factors are deciding the reactivity of the compound in the nucleophilic addition reaction. This carbon group is surrounded by two groups. In case of ketones, these two groups are carbon containing groups, and in case of aldehyde, this is one is carbon containing group and other is hydrogen. So if these two groups are very bulky, the nucleophile will not can easily attack this carbon-carbon. Why? Because the nucleophile cannot approach from the front side or from this side, because this negative charge will repel the negatively charged nucleophile. So it has to attack from the opposite side, and if on the opposite side there are bulky group, the attack will be very much less. So the presence of these bulky group on this carbon-carbon will hinder the attack of nucleophile and hence decrease the reactivity. And second one, the nucleophile is attacking this carbon because of the positive charge, and if the alkyl groups are present on this carbon atom, because of their inductive effect, that is plus I effect, they will release electron density towards this carbon atom, and the electron density will decrease the positive charge, and due to the decrease in positive charge, the reactivity will decrease. Because of this positive charge, the nucleophile is attacking the carbon. So here, in case of inductive effect, if these two groups are electron donating groups, that is having plus I effect, they will decrease the positive charge on the carbon atom and hence decrease the reactivity. So in this way, these two factors are influencing the reactivity of carbon compounds in nucleophilic addition reaction. Let's see, we have taken an order of reactivity of different compounds in this reaction on the basis of these two factors. Yes, first compound is methanol. It is most reactive, and this is ditertiary ketone. It is least reactive. Yes. So in this order, the methanol is most reactive and this ditertiary butyl ketone is least reactive. Now let's see how this is the case. In the case of methanol, there are two hydrogen atoms, very small group, that is very little steric hindrance or no steric hindrance for the nucleophilic attack, and the hydrogen atom is having the very less inductive effect or very weak inductive effect or negligible inductive effect. That's why it is the most active one. Here there is one CH3 group, the steric hindrance little bit increases, and also the inductive effect. There are two CH3 group, again the inductive effect and steric hindrance increases. Here the size of this group is increasing, that's why the reactivity further decreases. Here there are two ethyl groups, the steric hindrance will again increase, and here there are isopropyl group, it is diisopropyl ketone. There is isopropyl group on both these sides, that is reactivity is further decreased, and here there are tertiary butyl groups on both these sides. Tertiary butyl group, they are much bigger group, that is having least reactivity in this order. So we have seen that how the two factors is deciding the reactivity of different carbon compounds. Next is, I have discussed here an important case, that is chloral, that is trichloroacetaldehyde is more reactive than acetaldehyde. Now this is trichloroacetaldehyde, that is, what is acetaldehyde? CH3 C double bond OH, that is ethanol, and trichloroacetaldehyde means that all the three hydrogen atoms of the CH3 group are replaced by chlorine atom, trichloroacetaldehyde, and it is simply the acetaldehyde. Here there are all hydrogen atom on the carbon atom, this alkyl group, that is CH3 C double bond OH. Now which out of the two is more reactive in the nucleophilic addition reaction? In the case of this trichloroacetaldehyde, there are three chlorine atoms, and these three chlorine atoms are strongly electron withdrawing, and because of their electron withdrawing nature, it will decrease the electron deficiency on the carbon so much that the positive charge is very much high. As a result, the nucleophile can easily attack. Although there are some later steric hindrance because of these three bulky Cl group, but the hydrogen atom is on this side, which will help in the attack of the nucleophile due to little bit lesser steric hindrance. That's why, due to the high positive charge, the nucleophile is able to attack the carbon. But here, the CH3 group is rather electron donating in nature. It is having the plus I effect, and the positive charge will decrease here, and which decreases the reactivity. So trichloroacetaldehyde, because of the presence of these three electron withdrawing group, is more reactive as compared to ethanol in the nucleophilic addition reaction. Yes. Next is comparison of reactivity of aromatic aldehyde and ketones. Now here we are comparing the reactivity of aromatic aldehyde and ketones, aromatic aldehyde along with aromatic ketones. Now, in the case of aromatic aldehyde and ketones, this carbon-carbon is attached to the benzene ring, and the benzene ring here is having the plus R cut. We all know that these groups which are having the carbon and oxygen multiple bond, or carbon and some other heteroatom, they are bonded through multiple bonds. These groups are having the minus R cut, electron withdrawing resonance effect. So this group is having the minus R factor, and if it is electron withdrawing in nature, the benzene will be electron donating in nature, which is clearly visible from these structures. In these structures, the benzene is having the positive charge, whereas this group is having the negative charge. So it means that benzene ring has donated the electron towards this aldehyde group. So here benzene ring is having the plus R factor, and because of the plus R factor, it has donated the electron density towards this carbon atom or this aldehyde group, and which decreases the positive charge on this carbon atom, this carbon-carbon atom, on this carbon atom. Because of this electron donating nature of benzene ring, the positive charge has decreased greatly, and that's why the reactivity of aromatic aldehyde is lesser as compared to aliphatic aldehyde. And similarly, in the case of ketones also, that is aromatic ketones, the benzene ring will be decreasing the reactivity. Now, if we compare the aromatic ketones along with the with the aromatic aldehydes, we are comparing the reactivity of aromatic aldehyde and ketones. The aromatic aldehyde will be little bit more reactive. Why? Because in case of aromatic aldehyde, this carbonyl carbon, where the nucleophilic attack will take place, is attached to hydrogen atom on one side. Whereas in case of aromatic ketone, there will be a carbon containing group, a bulky group. So in case of aldehyde, there is lesser steric hindrance, and in case of ketone, there is more steric hindrance. So aromatic aldehyde will be more reactive as compared to aromatic ketone. Here there is an order on the basis of the same concept, that we have written these four compounds. It is phenylacetaldehyde. What is the structure? The basic compound is acetaldehyde, ethanol, CH3, C double bond OH. On this CH3, one hydrogen is replaced by the phenyl group, that is benzene ring. So the name becomes the phenylacetaldehyde. It is benzaldehyde, that is carbon-carbon is attached to benzene ring and hydrogen atom. It is acetophenone, that is there is CH3 group or aceto group on the benzene ring, and in case of benzophenone, this is benzo group on the benzene ring. So this is the order of reactivity. Now how this is so? Here, in the case of phenylacetaldehyde, this CH3 group is electron donating in nature, and because of electron donating nature, it will decrease the reactivity. Now, due to the presence of this benzene ring, it will decrease the electron donating nature of CH3 group, because this benzene ring is electron withdrawing in nature. Electron withdrawing होता है, it is having minus I effect, and because of this minus I effect, it will decrease electron donating nature. So here this group is lesser electron donating or electron withdrawing as compared to other groups. So it will be more reactive. Here in case of benzaldehyde, this benzene ring is having the plus R effect, electron donating effect. It will decrease the reactivity. In case of acetophenone, the benzene ring is there, but along with it, there is also a alkyl group which is having the plus I effect. So both the factor will donate the more electron density, and both the groups will increase the steric hindrance also. It is also a bulky group as compared to this hydrogen. So it is having the lesser reactivity. And whereas in case of benzophenone, as you can clearly understand here, what are the factors? There are two benzene rings, so there will be 2 plus R effect from both the sides, greater donation of electron density, and both the groups are bulky groups, so it is having the higher steric hindrance. That's why in this order, this phenylacetaldehyde is having more reactivity, and it is having the least reactivity. Here I have discussed a one index question also, that is 12.3. This is your index question. You have to compare the reactivity of benzaldehyde and propanol. प्रोपेनॉल और बेंजल्डिहाइड इन दोनों की रिएक्टिविटी आपको कंपेयर करनी है इन द न्यूक्लियोफिलिक एडिशन रिएक्शन इज मोर रिएक्टिव. So as it is a aromatic aldehyde and it is an aliphatic aldehyde, so it will be less reactive, it will be more reactive. Here in this case there is a benzene ring, it is having the plus effect, and there is an ethyl group in case of propanol, ethyl group which is having the plus effect, and the resonance effect is much stronger as compared to plus effect. So here electron density will be less. The donation of electron density will be less. Here the donation of electron density will be large. That's why this propanol is more reactive as compared to benzaldehyde. Now next, we are starting with the different types of nucleophilic addition reaction. In this, first of all, we are discussing the addition of HCN. Yes, addition of HCN. Now how the addition of HCN is taking place. Let's see. This here we have taken an example of acetaldehyde, CH3C double bond OH. On this we are reacting the HCN with it at a pH of 9 to 10. And what will happen? The CN will behave as a nucleophile. This will go to this carbon atom, and the hydrogen will go to oxygen atom. And we have this addition product. These addition products which are formed during this reaction, they are known as cyanohydrin. What is this cyanohydrin? Cyanohydrin are those compounds in which the same carbon atom is having both the groups, OH group as well as CN group. That is, compound having OH group and CN group on the same carbon atom, they are known as cyanohydrin. So, in the case of addition of HCN, the product obtained are cyanohydrins. For example, in case of acetone also, at the same pH, that is 9 to 10, the HCN molecule will add to this compound. How? The CN will act as nucleophile, CN negative, it will attack this carbon atom, and the oxygen will get attached to hydrogen atom. As a result, this acetone cyanohydrin is formed. Now, what is the role of this pH? Now, here in this reaction, we are taking the HCN. And in the chapter equilibrium from the class 11th, that is 7th chapter, we have studied that HCN is a weak acid. Weak acid means that it is very much less dissociated. And if it is very much less dissociated, so the concentration of CN negative in the reaction will be very, very less. So it will not able to initiate or carry out the reaction much. So to increase its concentration, in the reaction, so that the reaction can easily take place, we have taken the basic medium, and this basic medium will initiate or will increase the dissociation of HCN, leading to the formation of greater CN negative ion, and which can easily carry out the reaction, which is clear from the mechanism. So in this mechanism, what is the role of basic medium? That OH negative ion will take this H positive ion from the HCN, leading to the formation of H2 and CN negative ion. Now here CN negative ion is formed in larger amount. So this basic medium will help in increasing the electron dissociation or dissociation of this weak acid, leading to the formation of greater concentration of CN negative ion. Then the CN negative ion will attack this carbon-carbon, CN with negative charge on carbon atom. This carbon atom will attack the carbon-carbon, and because of this, the electron of the pi bond will shift to the oxygen atom. Right? Now, what will happen? The CN will get attached to carbon atom, and the oxygen will have the negative charge. Now, this species is known as tetrahedral intermediate, and I have already said that this species will behave as an alkoxide ion, and which being a very strong base will abstract the H positive ion from the solvent, that is water, or from the reagent. Reagent is HCN. If it is abstracting the H positive ion from this product cyanohydrin is formed. But during the abstraction of H positive ion from this water molecule, the OH negative ion is generated, which will again lead to the formation of more CN negative ion. And if this H positive is abstracted from this HCN, then CN negative ion is formed, which will help in carrying out the first step again. So here I am telling you that the basic medium is taken only to catalyze the reaction, only to initiate the reaction. When the reaction gets started, then there is no need of further OH negative ion, because once the reaction is initiated, it will maintain the OH negative ion concentration or CN negative ion concentration in the reaction for the reaction to take place. Because in this last step, the H atom abstraction from the water molecule or from the HCN will help in maintaining the OH negative ion concentration or CN negative ion concentration in the reaction. Now these cyanohydrins are useful as synthetic intermediates. Synthetic intermediates means that during the various synthetic reaction means the reaction involved in the preparation of different compounds. These cyanohydrins are intermediates that they are formed during the reaction, and through these compounds the desired compound is prepared. For example, in case of lactic acid, in the preparation of lactic acid, we have used this cyanohydrin. And what is this cyanohydrin? This is acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. That is, to prepare the lactic acid, this acetaldehyde cyanohydrin is prepared, and on complete hydrolysis of this compound with dilute acid, the CN negative, this CN group is hydrolyzed completely and will give us the lactic acid. That is, CN is converted into the COH. So now our next topic is addition of NaHSO3. Here is one more nucleophilic addition reaction. Addition of NaHSO3, that is sodium bisulfite, or sodium hydrogen sulfite. Now most of the aldehyde in aliphatic most of the aldehyde and aliphatic methyl ketones, which are not sterically hindered, when treated with saturated NaHSO3 sodium bisulfite solution, they add a molecule of NaHSO3 to form the crystalline bisulfite addition product. यानी कि ये जो रिएक्शन है जो आपके पास NaHSO3 के साथ एल्डिहाइड कीटोन्स का, ये सिर्फ एल्डिहाइड देते हैं और एलिफेटिक मिथाइल कीटोन्स देते हैं. What are methyl ketones? Aliphatic means that on the carbon both the side they represent the alkyl group, and methyl ketones that on the one side there is always a methyl group, on the other side it can be ethyl, propyl or butyl. These are the methyl ketones which are not sterically hindered, that in that case due to the presence of one CH3 group on one side there is little steric hindrance, not much steric hindrance, so they are not much sterically hindered. That's why the reaction is easily taking place in them in these cases. So only these compound, that is the aliphatic aldehydes and the aliphatic methyl ketones. What are aliphatic methyl ketones? Those aliphatic ketones in which there is one CH3 group on one side of the ketonic group, that is C double bond group. They are undergoing this reaction and they give crystalline bisulfite addition product. Now how the reaction is taking place? What is the mechanism of this reaction? Here, this is the carbon group, C double bond O group from the aldehyde ketones, and this is the sodium bisulfite having Na positive and HSO3 negative ion. Now this HSO3 negative ion is acting as a nucleophile and it will attack the carbon-carbon. As a result, it gets bonded to the carbon atom and the pi bond electron get transferred to the oxygen atom. What is this effect called as? That the effect which is involved here, in that nucleophile is attacking this center and the pi bond electron is transferring to this oxygen atom. You have read it in class 11th in chapter Some Basic Principles of Organic Chemistry. This is minus E effect, electromeric effect, negative electromeric effect, in which the electron of the pi bond is transferred to an atom in the presence of attacking reagent, that is known as minus E effect. And here why it is minus E effect, the electron is transferred to that atom which is not attached to the attacking reagent, because attacking reagent is attaching to this atom and the electrons are transferred to the other atom. If the electrons are transferred to the same atom, then it will be the plus electromeric effect, that is positive electromeric effect. So here HSO3 negative ion is attacking this carbon atom and the electron get transferred to the oxygen atom and the sodium will get attached to this oxygen atom. So this is the addition product. But here it is not stable. It will undergo proton transfer. Proton transfer means H positive ion get transferred from this position to this, and as a result the sodium positive ion will transfer to this position. Now why this take place? Why this proton transfer take place? Because this negative charge is more stabilized on this SO3 group. Here on this SO3 group, the negative charge is much better stabilized as compared to oxygen atom. How? Let's see the resulting structures. Because of this resonance, the negative charge is better stabilized here. That's why the proton transfer can easily take place from this to this position. So here there are three structures possible, and as a result the negative charge is much better stabilized. So this is the final addition product. It is called as bisulfide addition product. Now as this reaction is reversible, these bisulfide addition product can be back converted to the starting aldehyde and ketones. ये जो bisulfide addition product है, इनको हम वापस इन्हीं कंपाउंड में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. That is, they can be back converted into the starting aldehyde and ketones on treatment with dilute mineral acid or alkali. यानी कि dilute acid और dilute base के साथ इसको ट्रीटमेंट करके हम फिर स्टार्टिंग कंपाउंड में ट्रीट कर सकते हैं. इसीलिए इस रिएक्शन को, that's why this reaction is used to separate those aldehyde and ketones which give these reaction from the other compound, that is other non-carbon compound which do not give this reaction. This reaction is taken as the purification reaction also. Here the reaction is used in the purification and separation of aldehyde and ketones from the non-carbon compounds, because those compounds which give this reaction will form this addition product. It is a solid crystalline addition product. So when we add the sodium bisulfite solution in these compounds which are giving this reaction, okay, they will convert into the product, this solid product. Whereas the other compound which is mixed with this compound, but is not showing this reaction, will remain as such. And this solid product can be separated by filtration. And after filtration, on treatment with dilute acid and dilute base, they again get converted into the starting compound. So we are able to get the starting compound and also getting it separated from the non-carbon compound. That's why this reaction is also taken or used as the method of purification of aldehyde and ketones from the non-carbon compounds. Now how the reaction is taking place for the back conversion? That in the presence of dilute HCl and dilute base, these products get hydrolyzed to give the starting aldehyde and ketones. Now here, how can we understood that how these reaction can be represented? Now in this product, we have to prepare this starting aldehyde or starting ketone with this C double bond O. Where is oxygen? This is oxygen. So we have to remove this whole group. Now in this whole group, the Na will combine with Cl to form the NaCl, and we are left with this hydrogen and this SO3 group. Combine all these, you will get H2SO3, a very less stable weak acid H2SO3 that will dissociate to form the H2 and SO2. Simple. I am just explaining that how you can remember that how to write down the complete reaction. Here, in case of NaOH, where is the oxygen? This is the oxygen. This will make the C double bond O group, and we are left with this H SO3 negative Na. Now this H will combine with OH to form the H2O, and we are left with Na2SO3, that is the sodium sulfide. So these are the product, or this is the reaction during the back conversion of these bisulfite addition product into the starting aldehyde and ketones. Next is addition of alcohols. Now, how the addition of alcohols? Let's see addition of alcohols. Aldehyde react with two equivalents of monohydric alcohol. That means that a single molecule of aldehyde will react with double of amount of monohydric alcohol. What is a monohydric alcohol? The alcohol with single OH group. That is a monohydric alcohol. So aldehyde will react with two equivalents. That single mole of aldehyde will react with 2 moles of monohydric alcohol. Two equivalents of monohydric alcohol in the presence of dry HCl gas as catalyst to yield first the hemiacetal, which further react with one more molecule of alcohol to give gem dialkoxy compound called the acetals. तो जो एल्डिहाइड है वो आपके पास दो अल्कोहल मॉलिक्यूल के साथ रिएक्ट करता है. इनिशियली वो एक अल्कोहल मॉलिक्यूल के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा और आपको हेमी एस्टर देगा, और फिर बाद में वो एक और अल्कोहल मॉलिक्यूल के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा और कंप्लीट एस्टर जेम डायल्कोक्सी कंपाउंड. व्हाट इज दिस जेम डायल्कोक्सी कंपाउंड? जेम मीन्स जेमिनल, डायल्कोक्सी मीन्स टू alkoxy groups. So these are the two alkoxy group, OR and OR, and they are present on the same carbon atom. That's why it is known as gem dialkoxy or geminal dialkoxy compound, and these geminal dialkoxy compound are known as the acetals. Now, how we are writing the reaction? That this is an aldehyde. How this alcohol molecule is getting added? In this alcohol molecule, the OR group, alkoxy group, it will move to this carbon atom as a nucleophile, and this hydrogen will go to this oxygen atom. We will get OR, and this oxygen will getting converted into the OH group, that is hemiacetal. During the next step, this OH group will be lost as water molecule due to the presence of this HCl gas, or we can say that this hydrogen of the alcohol molecule will combine with this OH group to give the water molecule, and this OR group will take the place of this OH group. Sorry. Let's again start from this reaction, that how the reaction is taking place in this aldehyde. First of all, this alcohol molecule, this OR part as nucleophile will go to this carbon atom, and this oxygen will combine with the hydrogen atom to form this hemiacetal. And the next step, how this second alcohol molecule is moving to this hemiacetal, the hydrogen and OH group will be lost as H2O, and this OR part will get attached to this carbon atom to give us the gem dialkoxy compound. It is simply the way of writing the reaction. The actual mechanism is different. I have discussed here that in this that complete mechanism, how the reaction is taking place. Now, what is the function of HCl gas? It is acting as the catalyst here, and also carrying out one more purpose here, that HCl helps in protonating the carbon oxygen to increase the electrophilicity of the carbon atom and facilitating the attack of alcohol molecule. Also, dry HCl gas removes the water formed in the last step to shift the equilibrium forward. In addition to it, the excess of alcohol is also taken to shifting the equilibrium forward. Now, in this reaction, both these steps are reversible, which is in nucleophilic addition reaction. In most of the cases, both these steps are reversible in nature. Now, how we are shifting this equilibrium in the forward direction so as to yield more and more amount of the product? For this, we have taken two conditions. First, we have taken the dry HCl gas, and this dry HCl gas will help in removing the water molecule in the last step. As a result, the equilibrium will shift in the forward direction due to the decrease in the concentration of product. as per the Le-Chatelier principle. And one more thing, to shift the equilibrium in the forward direction, we have taken the excess concentration of the reactant, that is alcohol molecule. That in this reaction we will take the excess amount of alcohol molecule. This will also shift the equilibrium in forward direction, leading to the formation of more amount of acetal. So these are the two conditions which we have taken here to move the reaction in the forward direction. Now HCl is carrying out one more thing here, that it helps in protonating the carbonyl oxygen in this carbonyl group. This HCl is helpful in protonating this oxygen atom. And what will it do? It will increase the electron deficiency on this carbon atom. As a result, the alcohol molecule can easily attack the carbon atom. So in this way, it is speeding up or helping in carrying out the nucleophilic attack by the alcohol molecule. So let's see what is the mechanism. This is the aldehyde molecule, and this H positive ion comes from the HCl gas. So now the electron pair of this oxygen atom carbon, the oxygen atom from this carbon group, it will move to this hydrogen atom, and hydrogen atom get attached to this to form this species, which is resonance stabilized in this way. And because of this structure, the electron deficiency on the carbon atom increases, or because of this structure also, the oxygen atom is positively charged, it will withdraw the electron density from this carbon atom, increasing the positive charge in this carbon atom. And due to higher electron deficiency on this carbon, and the alcohol molecule can easily attack the carbon atom. So the alcohol molecule with its lone pair will attack this carbon atom. As a result, this species is formed. So now the electron is donated by the oxygen atom, so the oxygen atom will get positively charged. Student, one thing you must keep in mind while writing the mechanism, that the total charge will remain the conserved. टोटल चार्ज जो है वो हमेशा सेम रहेगा, वो बढ़ और घट नहीं सकता. अगर कोई पॉजिटिवली चार्ज या नेगेटिवली चार्ज स्पीशीज आई है तब पॉजिटिव चार्ज या नेगेटिव चार्ज बढ़ेगा, नहीं तो जो इनिशियली चार्ज था वही रहेगा. आप देखिए यहाँ पर, here this hydrogen atom is positively charged. So in this whole species there is only one positive charge. So in this species there is also a one positive charge. You cannot make here two positive charge of the neutral species. As it is a resonance hybrid, it will also have a one positive charge, net one positive charge. Now it is a neutral species, so when it will combine with it, it will have a net one positive charge. So this species will also have a one positive charge. Now here the H positive is lost, so the positive charge will be lost in the form of H positive ion, so this species will be neutral. In this way you must check that how the charges must be maintained while writing the mechanism. So here in this step, the oxygen is donating its electron density or lone pair towards this carbon atom and get positively charged. After this positive charge, the oxygen atom will withdraw its electron from the OH bond and lose it as H positive ion, and this species is formed. What is this species? This is hemiacetal with single OR group. Just like in this case, hemiacetal, one OH group and one OR group. One OH group and one OR group. This hemiacetal is formed. Now here this oxygen atom is with its 2 electron is getting protonated by the H positive ion from the HCl molecule. This HCl molecule will protonate, or the H positive from the HCl molecule will protonate this OH group, and this species is formed. Now this oxygen is positively charged. This oxygen is positively charged, and it will withdraw its electron density from this bond to neutralize its positive charge, and as a result this carbon will become positively charged, and the electron deficiency on this carbon atom is neutralized by the electron pair donation from this oxygen atom in this way. So this electron pair will move from this position to this position, making it positive and double bond as a result, and this electron pair is taken away by the oxygen atom and is lost as the water molecule. As a result, this species is formed, which is resonance stabilized. So here I will ask you one question, that why this HCl molecule or the H positive from the HCl molecule is protonating this oxygen atom and not this oxygen atom. Both are the same. This is the question for you. And I will simply provide a hint here, that consider the stability of the species formed. The species which is formed after this step. Then you can easily find out that why the hydrogen atom is protonating the OH group and not the OR group. So let's proceed further. After the loss of this water molecule, this H2 is neutral and this complete species is positively charged. So the next species will also be positively charged, because we are not losing the positive charge. So this oxygen atom, it is losing its electron. This oxygen atom will become positively charged and it is resonance stabilized this way. Electron will move from this position and this carbon atom will get positively charged, and the alcohol molecule in this step will attack this carbon atom, and now the electrons are donated by this alcohol molecule. Now the oxygen atom will get positively charged. To remove its positive charge, it will take the electron from the OH bond, and as a result the complete acetal is formed. So this is the mechanism for the formation of acetal from aldehydes. What are acetal? Acetal are the gem dialkoxy compound formed by the reaction of aldehyde with the monohydric alcohols. 2 moles of monohydric alcohols, 2 equivalents of monohydric alcohols. And what is the role of HCl here? HCl is removing the water formed in the last step to shift the equilibrium in forward direction, and also help in protonating this carbonyl oxygen, protonating this carbonyl oxygen, which will increase the electron deficiency on this carbon atom and helps in initiating or making the attack of alcohol molecule on carbon faster. Next, now ketones do not react with monohydric alcohols. अब जो कीटोन्स हैं वो मोनोहाइड्रिक अल्कोहल के साथ रिएक्ट नहीं करते हैं टू फॉर्म द कीटल्स ड्यू टू द लेस स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म, यानी कि उनके केस में जो प्रोडक्ट है वो लेस स्टेबल है, इसलिए कीटोन्स मोनोहाइड्रिक अल्कोहल के साथ नहीं रिएक्ट करेंगे. तो फिर किसके साथ रिएक्ट करेंगे? दे यूजुअली रिएक्ट विद 1,2-diols और 1,3-diols. व्हाट आर दीज 1,2-diols and 1,3-diols? लेट्स सी हियर देयर इज एन एग्जांपल 1,2-diol. व्हाट इज diol? Having 2 ols, that is 2 alcoholic group or the hydroxy group. 1,2-diol at the neighboring position, 1 and 2 position. 1,3-diol at the 1 and 3rd position, 1, 2. If we have one more carbon atom and the OH group is at this position, then it will be 1,3-diols. One OH group on this carbon atom and second OH group not on this carbon atom, on the next carbon atom, then it will be 1,3-diol. It is a 1,2-diol. So ketones, they are reacting with 1,2-diols and 1,3-diols to form the cyclic ketals. वो cyclic ketal बनाते हैं, and these cyclic ketals are being 5 or 6 membered, they are quite stable. So ketones, they do not react with monohydric alcohol because in them the product form, which is known as the ketals. In case of ketones, the product which is formed, that will be known as the ketals. So in case of ketones, they do not react with the monohydric alcohols to form the ketals. And why? Because these product will be less stable. Instead, they are reacting with the 1,2-diols or 1,3-diols to form the cyclic ketals, and these cyclic ketals are much stable as compared to the ketals formed by the monohydric alcohol. Here we have taken the example of 1,2-diol, that is ethylene glycol. How the reaction is taking place? First, this OH group is involved in the formation of hemiketal OH group. Hydrogen will move to this oxygen atom and O will move to this carbon atom. In the next step, this OH group is involved in this reaction. That is, the OH group which is formed in the first step from this oxygen atom, OH group, that will go out with this hydrogen atom as water molecule, and this oxygen atom get attached to this carbon atom. So on this side the oxygen atom get attached to carbon atom, and on this side this oxygen atom will get attached to carbon atom. Sorry. So in case of ketone, they are not reacting with the monohydric alcohol, and they are reacting with the diols to form the cyclic structure, and these cyclic structures are more stable. Here we have taken the example of 1,2-diol, and how the reaction is taking place. That first this OH group will participate in the reaction, the hydrogen will go to this oxygen atom, and oxygen will move to this carbon atom, and we will have OH group and oxygen on this side at OCH2, and at this position, after the addition of first molecule, we have one OH group, and then in the second step this second OH group will participate. That OH of this position will combine with the hydrogen and will be lost as water molecule, and this oxygen will be attached to this carbon atom, forming this product. This is the water molecule which is formed in the second step. The reaction is again catalyzed by the dry cell gas. So these are the cyclic ketones. Next is nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination. It is also one important reaction, that is nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination. Here a nucleophile will attack the carbon group, and the nucleophilic addition reaction take place, but after the addition there will also an elimination of a compound, that is the water molecule. This is the reaction which we are discussing here, and here these reactions are shown by the ammonia derivatives. Do you remember what are these ammonia derivatives? These are the same compounds which we have discussed in the start of this beginning of this lecture, that how the reactions are taking place, how the nucleophilic addition reactions are taking place, that the nucleophile can directly attack the carbon group, or these reactions are carried out in the presence of weakly acidic medium or in the presence of H positive ion if the nucleophile is weak, that is ammonia derivative. These are the same ammonia derivatives which are weak nucleophiles which cannot attack the carbon group, and we are taking the presence of H positive ion to initiate the reaction. So let's start with nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination, that is addition of ammonia derivatives. Now what are ammonia derivatives? This is the ammonia molecule, NH3, and I have shown this H atom separately of the NH3 molecule. If this H is replaced by the Z group, what is this Z group? It can be, these are the different groups we will discuss later on. If this hydrogen group is replaced by some Z group, now the product formed is NH2Z. That is, and these compounds are known as the ammonia derivatives. क्या कहते हैं इनको? Ammonia derivatives. What is the reaction? First of all, this ammonia derivative will react with carbon compound in the presence of H positive ion. Why H positive ion? Because these are weak nucleophile, they cannot initiate the reaction, or they cannot attack this carbon compound or carbon group, and in the presence of H positive ion the attack can easily take place. How the reaction will take place? Now this hydrogen, one hydrogen from this position will go to this oxygen atom, and the remaining group will move to this carbon atom, or we can say that a nitrogen atom with a lone pair will attack this carbon atom and get attached, and one hydrogen atom will be removed, will go to this oxygen atom to form the OH group and NHZ. This is the first addition product after the nucleophilic addition reaction. Then the elimination take place. The OH group from this position and this hydrogen will be lost as water molecule, leading to the formation of double bond. So in this next step, that is second step, there is an elimination of water molecule. That's why it is known as nucleophilic addition followed by elimination. Next, if we look at this reaction, what is the net reaction during the reaction during this process? Net reaction. What is the net reaction? Net reaction, if we see that what is the net reaction, this oxygen atom is lost with this H2 as H2O, and both nitrogen and carbon are left with two free valencies, and they will form the double bond to complete their valencies. That there is a double bond formation between the carbon and nitrogen, and this final product is formed. So, what is the net reaction? The net reaction will be that if we compare these two structures, what is the net reaction? This oxygen atom of carbon group is lost with this hydrogen H2 in the form of H2O, and both nitrogen and carbon are left with two free valencies, and to complete their valencies they will form the double bond. This product is formed. So if we have to write down the direct reaction, then we can simply write it as remove this oxygen and hydrogen as water molecule to form this product. The equilibrium favors the formation of the product due to the rapid dehydration of the tetrahedral product. As we have seen here, and that the nucleophilic addition reaction is a reversible reaction, and why this reaction favors the formation of the product, why the product formation take place, because in the second step the loss of water molecule take place rapidly, and shifting the equilibrium in the forward direction. Now ammonia derivatives are weak nucleophile, so their reactions are catalyzed by the presence of weakly acidic medium at pH around 3.5 is taken during the reaction. As we have said earlier, that ammonia derivatives are weak nucleophile, so they cannot attack the carbon, and hence to initiate the reaction, to carry out the reaction, we have taken the presence of H positive ion. What will this H positive ion do? It will not increase the reactivity of this ammonia derivative. It will increase the reactivity of this carbon group, and that's why this weak nucleophile can easily attack. Now let's see how the reaction is taking place. You will get the clear idea from this. Yes. Now first, this is carbon group and the H positive ion from the weakly acidic medium. The electron pair from this oxygen atom will get transferred to this hydrogen atom, and we will get this species. As a result, and their resonance take place, and during this resonance, this electron deficiency on this carbon atom increases, and due to greater electron deficiency, the carbon is much susceptible, much active to take up the nucleophile. In this way, the H positive is increasing the reactivity. Now in the next step, this NH2 will attack the carbon. Now see, this is positively charged, this is neutral, so the combined species will be positively charged. Where the positive charge will be? As the nitrogen atom is losing its electron to the carbon atom will become neutral. Now the nitrogen atom will get positively charged. To remove its positive charge, it will lose H positive ion. Simplest way, that is, the electron will transfer to this nitrogen. Now this H positive is lost. Now here the oxygen atom will share its electron with the H positive ion to form this species. Now this species is neutral and this is H positive ion. The combined product will always be the positively charged. Now this oxygen gets positively charged. Now how the positive charge will be removed? That it will take up electron from this position, and this carbon become electron deficient, and electron deficiency of this carbon is removed by the donation of electron by this nitrogen atom. In this way, water molecule is lost. That is, elimination is taking place. Water molecule lost. This species is formed. Here the nitrogen has donated the electron. That's why nitrogen becomes positively charged. To remove its positive charge, it will lose the H positive ion from this product. So in this way, the nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination take place. A very important question here. Now, if the reaction is taking place in acidic medium, because the nucleophile is weak nucleophile, the reaction is carried out in acidic medium, that will help in increasing the reactivity of the carbon group. So why we have taken the weakly acidic medium? Why not the strongly acidic medium? Weakly acidic medium क्यों लिया है? Strongly acidic medium क्यों नहीं लिया? उससे तो reaction और fast हो जाना चाहिए था. No, this is not the case. Because here we are taking the ammonia derivative. Ammonia derivatives are having a lone pair of electron on the nitrogen atom. They are having the lone pair of electron on the nitrogen atom. And this nitrogen, because of the lone pair, these ammonia derivatives are Lewis bases. Or we can say Bronsted bases. They can accept the H positive ion, proton acceptors. So if we take the strongly acidic medium, then the protonation of this C double bond O group take place, but the protonation of this NH2 group of the ammonia derivative, that will also take place. And after the protonation, after the addition of H positive ion, this nitrogen will become positively charged. And because of the formation of positively charged nitrogen atom, now this nucleophile is not at all able to attack the carbon. That's why if we take the stronger acidic medium, then the reaction will not take place. So that's why we have taken the weakly acidic medium. Let's see what is written here. During this reaction, the pH should be carefully controlled, because if the medium is too acidic, then the NH2Z will also get protonated, that is NH2Z, this ammonia derivative, to form the ammonium salt, in which the nitrogen atom is deprived of its lone pair, and hence it is no longer a nucleophile. And if the medium is only slightly acidic, one more case, and if it is slightly acidic at pH around 5 to 6, slightly acidic, then due to the presence of very less H positive ion, the protonation of this carbon group will not take place sufficiently, and as a result the reaction will not take place. So then the protonation of oxygen atom will not occur, and hence a pH of around 3.5 is maintained during the reaction. So this is the reason why we have taken the weakly acidic medium. Now the question arises, why this? I am putting a question for you, that why this H positive ion is protonating this oxygen atom? Why not this nitrogen atom? This is the same question which I have asked earlier also. That why this H positive ion is protonating this oxygen atom and not this nitrogen atom? And same hint here, you have to compare the stability of the product form. The product form in next step, you have to compare the stability in both the cases. Then you can decide that the H positive and why H positive is moving towards the oxygen atom and not towards the nitrogen atom. Now let's move to the next topic, that list of different ammonia derivatives. How the reaction is taking place, what are the different ammonia derivatives. Okay. Yes, I have made a chart, complete chart of this. It is the carbonyl compound, and these are the different ammonia derivatives. And when this carbonyl compound react with these ammonia derivatives, what are the different products formed and what are their names. First, the ammonia derivatives is NH2OH. That Z is, we have represented this ammonia derivatives as NH2Z. And what is Z is? Z is OH group. So this compound is hydroxylamine. How the reaction will take place? We have seen in the above part that if we look at the net reaction, what will be the net reaction? This H2 will be lost with this oxygen atom as H2O. There will be loss of this H2O molecule. So, this H2O molecule will be lost and the carbon and nitrogen are forming the double bond. So, this product is formed in weakly acidic medium. So, and the product formed is known as oxime. Next ammonia derivative is hydrazine, that is NH2 attached with NH2. But the reaction will be the loss of this oxygen and hydrogen as water molecule. And what will happen? That double bond is formed. The product is hydrazone. Next is phenylhydrazine. What is this phenylhydrazine? On this hydrazine, we have put a phenyl group, phenylhydrazine. Reaction will take place. O will lost with this H2 as H2O. And product formed is phenylhydrazone. This is 2,4-DNP, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. What is this 2,4-dinitro? On the phenyl group, there is presence of 2 nitro group at the 2 and 4 position. As compared to this group, one product is at the, one nitro group is at the 2 position and one nitro group is at the 4 position. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. This is known as Brady's reagent. And what is the product? O will combine with H2 to form this product, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. We have seen here that in all the cases the zine becomes zone, hydrazine, hydrazone, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone, semicarbazide, semicarbazone. And last case is the semicarbazide. This is the product. On the NH2 molecule, there is a species which is derived from urea molecule. What is urea? Urea is NH2 C double bond O NH2. Okay. This is semicarbazide. And how the reaction will take place? Oxygen will combine with this H2 and double bond is formed, and this compound is known as the semicarbazone. I have written 2 reactions here. This is propanone, a ketone that will combine with hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine, this is hydroxyl group, amino group, hydroxylamine. Reaction, O will be lost with H2 in the form of H2O molecule and double bond is formed. The name is propanone oxime. That oxime is formed from propanone, that's why it is propanone oxime. It is ethanol molecule combining with semicarbazone. O is combining with H2 and lost as H2O molecule. This product is formed ethanol semicarbazone. The reaction is again taking place in weakly acidic medium. We have discussed it. Now here, one very important question. That in this semicarbazide, there are 2 NH2 group. We have seen in all these reactions, the NH2 group is participating. The H2 molecule of the H2 part of the NH2 group it will be lost with this oxygen atom as H2O molecule. H2 part of this NH2 group will be lost with oxygen as the H2O molecule. Here there are 2 NH2 group, but only this NH2 group is participating in this reaction and not this. Why this is so? It is also the 12.18 question from the exercise, second part. That in semicarbazide only one of the 2 NH2 group participate in the reaction and not the other one. This can be easily understood with this resonating structure. Now this NH2 group, the lone pair on this NH2 group, it is adjacent to this multiple bond. So this lone pair is in conjugation or in resonance with this C double bond O group, and because of this resonance there are 2 structure possible, and due to this resonance the nitrogen atom is having the positive charge, the electron density decreases, and we have seen these nucleophiles are very weak, and due to this positive charge they are still further weak, and as a result this NH2 group will not participate in this reaction. So only this NH2 group, which is not directly attached with C double bond O group, only this will participate in the reaction and not this one, which is directly attached. Because of the direct attachment, the resonance will take place, and that decreases the electron density on the lone pair density on the nitrogen atom, and it is not suitable for the nucleophilic attack. So only the NH2 group, which is not directly attached with the C double bond O group, is involving or is initiating the reaction, right? Next, now why this NH2 group is not participating in this reaction? Because of the presence of resonance with this C double bond O group, because of the presence of this intermediating NH group. As a result, this lone pair will not conjugate with this double bond due to the presence of. If this NH2 group is at this position, then the case will be same on both the sides, and such compound will not be able to attack. That if CO group is attached to NH2 group on both the sides, like ammonia derivative, urea, so that compound will not be able to attack the molecule. Next, moving to the reduction reaction. Now, reduction reaction. As we have seen earlier, what is the sequence of reduction and oxidation? If we oxidize the hydrocarbon molecule, we will first get the alcohol, and from alcohol on oxidation we will get the aldehyde and ketones, and from aldehyde and ketones we will get the carboxylic acid, and carboxylic acid on further oxidation we will get the carbon dioxide, and on the reduction the reverse sequence will take place. From carboxylic acid we will get the aldehyde and ketones, and from aldehyde and ketones we will get the alcohols, and on complete reduction we will get the hydrocarbon. This sequence we have discussed in the previous lecture. Now, that is during the preparation of aldehyde and ketones. Now, next is let's see what will happen on the reduction of alcohols. Reduction to alcohols, reduction reaction. As we have seen just now, that as per the sequence, if these aldehyde and ketones, if they are reduced, then what will happen? They will form the alcohol. Aldehyde will give us the 1 degree alcohol, and ketone will give us the 2 degree alcohol. This is the same alcohol from which these aldehyde and ketones are prepared during the method of preparation. We have seen in the method of preparation that 1 degree alcohol on oxidation will give the aldehyde, and 2 degree alcohol will give the ketone. Now the reverse reaction is taking place. So during the reduction, the aldehyde will give us the 1 degree alcohol, and ketone will give us the 2 degree alcohol. Now you say, sir, whether the complete reaction can take place, that from aldehyde and ketones to direct hydrocarbon? Yes, we have certain methods. We will discuss in the next topic. Let's see, reduction to hydrocarbon. Here the aldehyde and ketones are directly reduced to the hydrocarbon. So first we are discussing here the reduction to alcohols. So aldehyde on reduction will give us the 1 degree alcohol, and ketone on reduction will give us the 2 degree alcohol. What are the different reagents used? The different reagent which can be used here is hydrogen in the presence of nickel, palladium or platinum. It can be any metal. Lithium aluminum hydride, a very strong reducing agent. Sodium borohydride, sodium by alcohol, sodium along with alcohol. This is also a reducing agent for this reaction. And if this aldehyde is reduced with these reagent, it will get reduced to alcohol. How the reaction will take place? Simply see that during this process the 2 hydrogen will be required. That will be supplied by these reagents. And how do 2 hydrogen will be used? 1 hydrogen will move to this oxygen atom to form the OH group, and 1 hydrogen will be move to this carbon atom to form the CH bond, CH and OH, and we will get the 1 degree alcohol. So these compound will supply the 2 hydrogen atom, and how these 2 hydrogen atom will participate? This one CO bond will be broken, and 1 hydrogen atom will go to this oxygen atom, and 1 hydrogen atom will go to this carbon atom. Simply 1 degree alcohol. Same in the case, this one bond is broken out of these 2 bonds, and Out of the 2 hydrogen, one will go to this carbon atom and one will go to this oxygen atom to give us the 2-degree alcohol. Here I mentioned a comparison between the lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. These two compounds are hydride ion donors, H negative ion donors, lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. But these two compounds are very much different in their behavior. Both are reducing agent, but they are showing very much different behavior. Now this lithium aluminum hydride is a very strong reducing agent and it is very mild reducing agent. Why this is so? Here the aluminum is the central atom and it is attached to 4 hydrogen atom. Here the boron is attached to 4 hydrogen atom. Aluminum is less electronegative and is larger in size, and because of larger size the aluminum hydrogen bond is a weaker bond. As a result, this aluminum hydrogen bond or this species can easily lose the H negative ion for the reduction purpose. That's why it is more reactive. Whereas in this case the boron is of smaller size and is having higher electronegativity, and due to smaller size the bond will be small and the bond strength will be higher, so it will not lose the H negative ion easily. That's why it is a much lesser reactive. And I have told you already also that if the species is highly reactive, then it will be less selective. Less selective means that it will carry out all those reactions which you do not want because of high reactivity. And if the species is less reactive, it will be more selective. It will carry out the reaction only at those positions where the reaction can easily take place, not at all the positions. Here in this case, the reactivity of other compound does not matter. The lithium aluminum hydride will reduce all the species. So here it reduces aldehyde, ketones, carboxylic acid, acid chloride, esters, amide, nitriles, NO2, all these species. It can reduce every species. It is a strong reducing agent. It can carry out reaction with all these species. Sodium borohydride, it will attack only the reactive species. That is like aldehyde, ketones and acid chlorides. It will reduce only these species because of lesser reactivity. So these two reagents are having very much difference in their nature, reactivity, and that's why we have to consider in the reaction which of the two species is to be used. Because in some cases the compound which is participating in this reaction, the reagent or the reactant, major reactant which is participating in the reaction is not having the single functional group, it is having the multifunctional group, it is having the different functional group. It is a polyfunctional compound. And if we use this compound, it will not affect single functional group, it will affect all the functional group. But if we want to carry out the reaction only at the one point, then we have to use this species which is less reactive and more selective. It will carry out the reaction only at that point where the reactivity is according to this species. Let's see an example. It is a compound, it is having both ester group as well as, this compound, ester group as well as ketonic group. Now if we carry out its reduction with a lithium aluminum hydride, being more reactive, it will not only reduce this ester group as well as this ketonic group. Both will be reduced. We get alcohol from this and also alcohol from this. This OCS3 will be lost as alcohol molecule, and this C double bond O is also reduced into alcohol. But if we carry out the reaction with sodium borohydride, being less reactive, it will be more selective. It will carry out the reaction only at this position, that is ketonic position. So only it will be reduced to OH group and not the ester group. Now here comes the question: why the sodium borohydride is not reacting with this ester group? Why it is reacting with this ketonic group? Because it is less reactive, it is more reactive species or more reactive group. Why this is so? This you have to decide. I am simply providing a hint here that why these two groups are differing in their reactivity towards the reduction reaction. These compounds are hydride ion donors, H negative ion donors, and the H negative ion will attack the positive center. Here this is the positive center. Here this is the positive center. Which of the two center will have the more positive charge? This or this one? If you decide that which of the two center is having the more positive charge, then you decide their reactivity and decide the product. For deciding the reactivity, I will give you a hint that this OCS3 will play some role in this OCS3 part. So it is a question for you. Decide. Next, moving to the reduction to hydrocarbons. That the same question, that if we carry out the complete reduction of the aldehyde and ketones, that aldehyde ketones first move to the alcohols and then further reduce to the on complete reduction they will be reduced to hydrocarbon. How this will take place? There are two methods for this reduction to hydrocarbons. One is Clemmensen reduction and other one is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. Now these two methods or these two reactions, they are very much important as the name reactions from the board examination point of view. They are usually asked that write a short note or what is Clemmensen reduction or what is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Next, starting with the Clemmensen reduction, what will happen in this reaction? If aldehyde is treated with zinc amalgam and HCl. What is this zinc amalgam? Amalgam is simply a mixture of any metal with the mercury. Mixture of aluminum metal with mercury or alloy of mercury with any other metal. That is amalgam. So aldehyde, when treated with aldehyde or ketone, it can be ketone also. Aldehyde or ketone, when treated with zinc amalgam HCl, it will get directly reduced to the alkane. How the reaction is taking place? It will supply you the 4 hydrogen atom, and these 2 hydrogen atom, the 2 hydrogen out of it will go with the oxygen atom as H2O, and the 2 hydrogen atom will take the place of the oxygen atom to make it as CH2. Along with this H, it will become CH3. So RCH3 is formed, that is alkane. In this way, you can easily write down the reaction. Now let's see what is the mechanism of this reaction, how the reaction is taking place. Yes, this is the aldehyde molecule, and this lone pair of electron on the oxygen atom will participate in the reaction. The hydrogen atom H positive ion, which is denoted by HCl molecule, will proton with this oxygen atom. Same case as earlier, this species is formed, positively charged species. As a result, there is a resonance and these two species will be there. Now this species will get the 2 electron from where? Zinc. Zinc will lose 2 electron. Zinc will give 2 electrons. Now these 2 electrons will be donated to this carbon atom, positive side, and it will get negatively charged. How this negative charge arises? There are 2 electrons. 1 electron will neutralize the positive charge and other 1 electron is responsible for its negative charge. So after the addition of 2 electrons, after taking up 2 electrons, there will be negative, single negative charge. Now it will take up 2 H positive ion from where? HCl, 2 H positive ion. These H positive ion will be attached to this carbon atom, 1 to this carbon atom and 1 to this oxygen atom, CH bond, and what will protonate this oxygen atom. As a result, the oxygen will get positively charged, and to remove its positive charge, it will remove its electron from this position and will get this positively charged species, carbocation. This positively charged carbocation, just like this species, will gain the 2 electron from the zinc atom and will get negatively charged. Again in the same way. And this negatively charged carbon atom will take up the 1 H positive ion from the HCl molecule to give us the alkane molecule. So this is the mechanism. In this complete mechanism, what you have seen, there is that this aldehyde molecule is taking up 4 H positive ion, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and also taking up 4 electrons, 2 and 2, 4 H positive and 4 electron. They will give us the 4 hydrogen atom. That's why I have written here 4 hydrogen atom, they will combine with this to give us the alkane. Let's move to the Wolff-Kishner reduction. Now, what is this Wolff-Kishner reduction? In this case, the aldehyde and ketones first treated with the hydrazine to form the hydrazone, and this hydrazone is heated with KOH in ethylene glycol to give us the alkane. This is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Now, how this reaction is taking place, as you have seen earlier in the reaction of the ammonia derivatives, that is nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination. How the reaction take place? The O part will be lost with H2 in the form of H2O, and there is a formation of double bond, this double bond. So this hydrazone is formed in first step, and then on heating it with a strong base like KOH in ethylene glycol. This ethylene glycol is 1,2-diol. We have discussed it in that topic, reaction with alcohols, formation of cyclic ketones, 1,2-diol, ethylene glycol. So ethylene glycol here is acting as the medium. On heating with this KOH, this N2 will be lost. This N2 will be lost, and hydrogen will go to this carbon atom, and you will get the alkane molecule. In this way, you can easily remember this reaction. Now, what is the mechanism of this reaction? Although these two mechanisms are not in your syllabus, I have taken up here to make you understand that how the reactions are taking place. But you must focus on these reactions, that how you have to write down the reactions. Because in examinations, the board examination, you have to write down the reaction, not to write the mechanism. Let's move to the mechanism. I have not discussed the formation of hydrazone. I am taking starting from the hydrazone itself. At this hydrazone, in the presence of OH negative ion from this KOH, the OH negative ion will take up the H positive from this NH2 group. As H positive is lost, so this nitrogen atom will get negatively charged. As a result of negative charge, this resonance take place. Negative will move to this bond, and this bond will move to carbon atom. Carbon atom will get negatively charged. And this carbon atom is a very strong base, or this species is a very strong base, because here carbon atom is having the negative charge. It is an alkylide ion, alkylide, behaving like an alkylide ion, which is a very strong base. So it will easily abstract the H positive from the water molecule, removing the OH negative ion, and this species is formed. Again, just like here, one OH molecule will again take up the H positive ion from this nitrogen atom. As a result, this will get negatively charged. Again, resonance take place. This will move to this carbon atom. Sorry, this negative charge will move to this position for formation of triple bond. And this electron will be lost to the carbon atom, and as a result N2 will be lost. So here you have seen that how the N2 molecule is removed, how the N2 molecule from this position is removed. So this electron will move to the carbon atom. Now the carbon atom is negatively charged. Again, alkylide ion, alkyl group with negative charge, alkylide ion, very strong base. It will again abstract the H positive ion from the water molecule to give the final product, that is alkane. So in this way, these two reactions are leading to the formation of alkane from the aldehyde ketones. So students, with this we finishes the third lecture of our this chapter, that is aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid. And today we have discussed the nucleophilic addition reaction, that is the chemical properties of aldehyde ketones, nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination, and then reduction reactions. So with this we finishes this lecture. For the next lecture we will meet next time.